NXT, Govind and Aarti, if you want to talk about it.
Yes. So, Mr. Mishra, it's like, my company name is Anaxi Digital Runners. We have some 14,000 digital runners, physical human being in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 parts of India. And we help companies and brands reach to remotest parts of India through our network. How Zomato does for food, so we do for data. In recent times, it's like, we were looking for opportunity during COVID that our software, hardware, and of course, our digital runners could have been used for collecting data for COVID-related any activity. And our software was available, our backend was available, but we were not able to reach to the right government officials for doing this. And right now also, COVID is still at its peak, and we are still looking for some opportunities where we can serve India in that manner through our platform. Can you help anywhere? I don't know your background right now, so if you can help anywhere, please do.
Thank you for your question, Govind. I'll be very quick, respecting time. First of all, it is wonderful to see a startup which is actually generating employment. So, and you're saying that you employ, or at least your platform causes the employment of about 15,000 people, which is fantastic. We really need such kind of startups which work in this space. Now, I understand that a lockdown period or a COVID period is, of course, a anomaly. It is not a regular course of of things. So in such a situation, mostly it is the local district administration or the state governments which formulate their their policies, and given in light of the situations prevailing. Of course, I'm here in the consulate in New York, so this perhaps the right point of contact for you could be the MP state government. To begin with, MP IDC is a fantastic starting point of contact. They can provide you with the relevant introductions that you can connect with the relevant officials, and so you will have somewhere where you can at least express your what you need. So that, I believe, would be a good starting point. Another starting point could be Startup India or Invest India. They may not be directly linked with many of the restrictions and other issues, but they would be a good starting point to provide you introductions.
Thank you. Okay. And there was one more thing, for UIUC, University of Illinois, we are helping them with a farmer survey in Maharashtra. We look for same connection with universities and research projects happening in US, where Indian farmers or Indian rural areas has to be covered, where our network can be useful. We have done some work with US-based companies, just to keep you informed.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for keeping us informed. This region, incidentally, has all the Ivy League colleges and all this New England region, that is. So we would be happy to put you in touch with whenever there is an opportunity like this.
Yeah. And Mishraji and NXT and Smug, I'm going to intervene a little here. Austin is in the room.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jiten, you were saying something.
No, I was just saying Austin is here. He's in California working for 2.5 hours. You are the last room. So,
perfect. So thanks, Austin, for obviously giving us time, and I will not take the screen time. What we're going to do this time, we were going to follow the order of NXT, Smurg, and Swaha. I'm going to change the order. Govind, because you just got a chance with Mishraji, so what the plan, Austin, is we'll give each of the company first 1 minute to ask you a question, and then the rest of the 7 minutes is open floor. Obviously, Mishraji is also here, and then you get to interact with the companies. Any questions you have from investment perspective, Mishraji from helping them in any way perspective, and we take it from there. So with that, Samir and Jwalant, you guys go first.
Thank you so much.
And this is the Clean India company, the whole Swaha Swachh Bharat campaign. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. And Austin sir, namaste. And thank you so much for joining us. So we are from Swaha. It is the waste management company, startup from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And I live very close to Manorama Ganj, Geeta Bhavan itself.
So I lived on Geeta Bhavan Street. I lived on 17/3 Geeta Bhavan Street. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So Swaha is doing very well, and now we are actually looking to expand the wings, and we wanted to go global as well, because since last 4 years, Indore is #1, and we have got a very big stake in this partnership and success with the Municipal Corporation of Indore. Also now we are working with other municipal corporation like Pune, Bhopal, and Ujjain. So I am just looking that if we can get some chance, which overseas as well as on the metro cities, if we can come up to some international market, because we have such plans which is required by each and every urban city, urban area, whether it is waste management or it is waste to energy plants, or you talk about zero waste campuses or zero waste lifestyle or zero waste events. Everywhere these kind of things are required. And we have got a good expertise and experience since last 4 years. So we would like to get some guidance that how we should approach people, cities, governments, corporates on international level to take Swaha on an international map.
And Samir, don't forget to bring up that you're also looking for investment.
Yes, sir, definitely. We need you. We want you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So the one thing, by the way, it's amazing, and I was so proud for Indore. I can't even imagine Indore being 4 times in a row being the cleanest city. It's a mind-boggling. And so what you're doing is great, because I think the environment, as I had said at the end, environment is one of the most important things, and then that also helps with social impact. When you approach international markets, you actually need to have someone on the ground first to understand what their needs are, because the needs in Indore may be different than the needs in Mumbai, maybe they're different in the needs of Silicon Valley. And what is the infrastructure already there? Because for you, heavily, it is also based on the infrastructure. What's the supply chain and how the whole thing works, the value chain and the supply chain for doing it. So my suggestion would be is pick a few cities in the US if you're interested in. Pick some folks who know the thing, because you can't be, even if you come and live here for 1 month, stay in a hotel, you don't get the needs, the market needs, what it is. So for any expansion, always have some local presence. If I were to expand from Silicon Valley in India, I better get someone in India and not try to say I'm Indian, let me go do something in India, because I've lived here 35 years. I have no clue how it operates. So that would be my suggestion. There are more states that are more open to it. So California is more open to it than Nebraska for environment, and that's the problem in the US. Some states don't bother about the environment. California bothers a lot. Canada is another great country actually for environment. So I would suggest, if you're going to the US, go to the West Coast, California, and go to Canada. Any part of Canada, actually, all of Canada is very environmentally set.
I think in a sense, what Mr. Austin is also saying is, crawl, walk, run, focus on one thing, go deep, see how you penetrate, and then scale up.
Yeah, sure. Because it's expensive to scale in the US. There's some countries, like companies like a shared car mobility company, DriveZ and Zoom, they're thinking of scaling in the US. Very expensive.
Yeah.
We have 3 minutes.
Yeah, just in the interest of time, can we have Pooja take the stage?
I was going to say the same thing. Thanks, Sumit.
Oh, just go for your question, Pooja, straight.
Yeah. So, Austin, pleasure meeting everybody here. We are an AI startup, as we discussed, into intelligent video analytics, majorly focusing into the areas of security, surveillance, parking, and traffic. And here, while we are gaining a lot of traction here in India by way of our edge analytics powered over the existing CCTV infrastructure, we have also empowered many premises and areas with COVID safety now. And I'm looking for the right partnerships, investments, and collaborations for scaling up it in US as well as penetrating more in India, also in terms of investment, Austin. So open to your suggestions and feedback inputs on this.
So very, very interesting what you have, Pooja. And by the way, impressive being a women founder. And I think you're also from Indore, is that right? Or
yes.
Something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, from Indore. Yeah.
But great to see the progress you made. Having said that, it's a crowded market too, so you should be careful for the video analytics side. There are tons of companies on it. Don't let me kind of dissuade you from something, but I'm saying you should be prepared because it's a crowded market. But the use cases just increase and increase, particularly for surveillance, part of it for people counting in airports, and now of course COVID kind of stuff. So I'd be happy to talk to you. I'm not sure how cost effective the product is. I think you also talking about I'll be happy to introduce you to a contract manufacturer in India too, who's doing a lot of this video camera technologies. But for you coming to the US, you just need to, and I'll be happy to send you some if you don't already have it, some of the competition that's already there. Because the biggest challenge for companies like yours is the channels. How do you go? Who's your distribution channel? Who's your system integrator? So if you partner with some of the big system integrators, there's a better way to deploy it. And I'm presuming the hardware is just a piece of it, but the most of it is SaaS driven. Is that right? You'll charge. Yeah. Okay. So that's the market to go after. If as long as you can reduce the cost of the hardware, go into the SaaS market, there's a better potential for getting the investments coming through.
We are operating in the SaaS model and looking forward, we are cost effective.
And so so there are plenty of these system integrators in the US that you should connect with. They'll be the channels to take you in. And just like the previous person I had mentioned, you have to have the local people driving the sales channel than trying to do from an India company. And you can still do it as an India company. You don't need to establish a big office here. You just need to have the right channels. So the market is great.
We are following this in India as well with the channel partners. They are driving it and we just facilitate with the technology.
Anupam, can we go?
Thank you, Pooja. Yeah, sorry, Pooja, I know you have more questions. I have to give NXC a chance as well to interact with Austin. So, but obviously this is not the end of it, Pooja. This is just the beginning. So Austin, NXC, everything is about data. They have this concept of data runner, which I'm very impressed with personally. I'm very impressed with all three of them actually. But without Govind, Aarti, go ahead.
Hey, hi Austin. I'm Govind Agrawal. I am your junior from St. Paul's, class of 1999. We are what we do is we help businesses, brands to reach remotest parts of India through large last mile shared feet on street networks using a lot of technology. We have like some 14,000 runners spread across tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 parts of India. We are very much India focused company. The idea is that brands and businesses find it difficult to reach remote parts of India, and we are trying to make it very easy. Like on a click of a button, they can order, and some digital runners in a local geography can go. We work for corporates like Wellspin, Escorts Tractors, Udaan, who want to scale into rural areas. Is this kind of field any of your interests?
For the fund itself, it will not be of interest because we look at the ultimate business that is using them, not the thing there. But I think it's after thinking about it, is pretty interesting because you could change I presume you can change the survey that these brands are requiring. Is that right? So what they're looking for is not a fixed template. You can customize it for different brands. Is that right?
If you don't mind me interjecting there, Govind and Aarti, I think one of the things, the point they want to come across is while they are doing this, which is generating current revenue, they are also collecting data in the rural India where the shops are located, where the merchants are located, which can be very useful to bigger players like Flipkart and Amazon for the last mile delivery and those data that they're accumulating as part of this. I think they see that value in the data. Correct me if I'm wrong, Govind and Aarti.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can think about it. There are a lot of. I'll put an analogy to it, but because for autonomous driving you need maps, digital maps for doing it.
Exactly.
And the people who are putting on cameras on top of cars are just getting these maps on a regular basis, and that becomes the data. So initially they were just going around. The Amazon truck has a camera because they're going in every street. They're mapping it at the same time. So that's what you're doing. You're going to the streets to collect data, but now that data becomes useful for other stuff too. While they're there, they could be checking other stuff. No, I think it's a great market, a great technology that particularly if you have a good technology to capture and digest the data in an easy way, that is the important part. And if you can do that and then make that into a data bank, which could be monetized later on, so it's all about scale. I may have to understand, maybe have another session separately with you to understand a little bit about the scale part of it. what is the unit economics of paying these people to do something versus the extraction of data? Because initially you can't be just losing money every day just to collect the data. That's what a lot of these mapping companies do in the US. They're losing money by 30 million, 40 million just collecting the data.
Thank you very much for joining from Bhopal. John sir, I want to hear from you. How did you feel about this whole thing?
Yeah, it's a very good initiative, and it's very important also because when I was last year, the same time I was in US, so I realized this gap. So good to and being associated for this event. We are as a individually, I am very happy, and definitely it will help our ecosystem in the state to improve, as well as it will motivate more people to join and take risk to innovate and come up.
Sure. Shashank, please do convey our wishes to Vinay. I exchanged a text message with him this morning, so I conveyed to him. Okay, so we are just a final wrap up since everybody is coming here. Just wanted to introduce a couple of people who were not part of the moderators and all, who were our special guests for now. I introduced Akshay Chaturvedi. Akshay is originally from Indore and now country head of ICICI Bank in America and also from Neemuch. So, Akshay is joined here. Nikhil Sharma is also from Indore, works here and has been very helpful for us to connect with a lot of startup companies, including Super Sourcing, Recruity and StageIn, all came to us because of Nikhil. So hi to Nikhil. Of course, you already met with Kritika, who's from Startup India. We have Utpal Kapadia, who's part of the startup community in New York, New Jersey area. I've known Utpal for a very long period of time. Other than that, we of course have the panelists, and we will be joined by, we met Austin, Chatru sir is here. Kritika and Rahul Agarwal have joined from Lucknow. They are from Startup India. And, I would now just take probably 30 seconds for just the panelists, meaning the presenters. Just 30 seconds. You've already been trained what to do in 30 seconds, what to do in 2 minutes. Your moderators have taught you well. So 30 seconds to the presenters. Just go one by one in the order that you spoke. Your thoughts, concluding thoughts.
Anexi, go first.
Yeah, same order. Yeah.
Hey,
30 seconds, please.
Yes, Aarti, you go first.
No, I never. Whoever wants to go. Yeah.
One of you go and give us a 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So now everybody knows what we do at Anexi, and this particular event has been great. It has been a great. We got to interact with a lot of people, and the way it was organized, it was pretty much structured, and a lot of exposure in terms of getting to know so many friends of MP and a lot of people from Indore. So that was definitely great. Thank you, Anupam and Sumit, for spending so much time with us and helping us get through our pitch, the video, the Q&A, everything. Thank you for putting so much of effort with us.
आरती जी आप महिला थी इसलिए मैंने आपको रोका नहीं, 1.25 मिनट बोला आपने. Okay, thank you to Austin. I think he's probably checked off, but he has been with us since almost 3.5 hours. So hats off to him, and I was seeing his interactions. So everybody, just more than, we know that this has been great, but anything else that you want to share? Next person, who was the next?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pooja.
Thanks, Friends of MP and Sumit and Anupam, especially for all the efforts. I really appreciate this. Was a great platform, great interaction, networking, and looking forward to many more after work after this. And really excited to be part of this platform. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you,
Pooja.
For participating. Yeah.
Samir and Jwalant Swaha, if you are here. Oh, yes. You are on mute, Samir.
So thank you so much to all of you, the entire team, and especially two of our moderators, a good cop and a bad cop. And thank you very much for providing such a great platform. And I think this is a real groundwork which any startup would need. And this is a really, I would say a great platform, as well as I would say कि एक को दूसरे का जो साथ मिलना चाहिए, that is there. And I think this should be continue. And I'm very happy and fortunate that we are in the first batch of this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next,
Technidos is Siddharth.
Thank you. Namaste and thank you everyone. Sir, मैंने MBA की डिग्री नहीं ली है, बट जो मुझे MBA के चीजें सीखने को मिली है, मेरी MBA डिग्री यहीं से हुई है, और उमेश सर, राजीव सर, बंसल सर, इन्होंने मेरा MBA यहीं पर करवाया है सर. So that is the thing I have learned from here.
So Siddharth was the name that I got. It's important to give perspective. When we thought of this event on February 15th, 17th February, we talked in our internal group, and Nipun Joshi told me the name कि सर एक डिफेंस की कंपनी है, मेरा दोस्त है. हालांकि उसके पौने 2 महीने के बाद सिद्धार्थ से मैं बात कर पाया. मैंने कई बार कोशिश करी, he was busy and all that. But thank you very much, Siddharth, that you really came up very well. Great.
Keep the Josh, man. Keep the Josh.
Yeah, keep the Josh. And I think Sandeep ji has to drop off. So Saurabh.
Yeah,
Sandeep is here. Sandeep ji is here. I see him.
Sandeep ji is here. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to unmute him and
ask
him to talk.
Go ahead.
संदीप जी अनम्यूट कीजिए अपने आप.
हाँ जी.
जी सर. जस्ट फीडबैक ले रहे हैं सबसे कि 30 सेकंड में आपका फीडबैक बताइए इस इवेंट के बारे में.
बहुत अच्छा रहा सर. एक अपॉर्चुनिटी थी और एक एक्सपीरियंस था लाइफ में. फर्स्ट टाइम मतलब ऐसा लगा कि मैं तो बहुत छोटा सोच के चल रहा था.
Your voice is breaking, Sandeep ji.
The opportunity मिली.
Okay, I think his voice is breaking, Sandeep ji.
जी, yes sir.
आपका voice break हो रहा है, Sandeep जी?
जी. सर.
Okay.
बहुत अच्छा लगा. बहुत great opportunity थी.
Thank you, sir. Raj, next one.
Saurabh.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go to Saurabh, please.
Saurabh.
Saurabh, unmute.
Saurabh, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry. First of all, thank you to the entire teams of Friends and Family. This is a Herculean task that you guys have carried out, and it has come out in a brilliant manner. I mean, the grandest of implementation also requires the smallest of, the grandest of vision also requires the smallest of implementation. This is a huge implementation. Thank you. Thanks a lot to all of you for the efforts. Thanks a lot to Umesh, Rajiv ji, Raj ji, and everybody. I just have one small suggestion. Can we also post this entire event closure? Can we have a group, I don't know what kind of group that can be, where we can keep updating each other about what we are doing, how we are progressing, and how can we be in touch with all of us together so that we complement and we help each other in some or the other fashion.
That's a good idea.
Point taken. Point taken, Saurabh. Thank you. Next. Who do we have? Mandideep, please go ahead. Start off with
Dr.
Parashar from Dr. Parashar, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. It was a great experience. I'd been on various international forums as well, but this was totally different. This is where actually it's really intense. The real intention is to help these startups with connections. So I'm looking forward for the connections. Thank you, Ashish sir. Thank you, Pankaj sir, for the support and mentorship. And thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Team stage.
Yes, thank you Jitendra sir. बहुत बढ़िया इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करा. It actually felt like in home. काफी इन्वेस्टर्स को पिच करा है, काफी ग्रुप्स में गए, बट इट फिट लाइक होम. ऐसा लग रहा है सब हेल्प करने के लिए बैठे हैं. एट द सेम टाइम रियली ओवरवेल्म्ड एंड वेरी हैप्पी टू सी इंदौर से इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स निकल रहे हैं. एज आई हैव बीन सीइंग गोविंद सर एंड आरती मैम 6-7 साल से इनोवेशन पे इनोवेशन करे जा रहे हैं, पेटेंट पे पेटेंट. अभी भी ही हैज रियली डन अमेजिंग जॉब देयर. सिद्धार्थ भाई ने बहुत शानदार रोबोटिक कंपनी बनाई है. And then Shrestha Clothing, everyone, Recruity से लेके, I'm really happy to see everything. मतलब मेरे को goosebumps आ रहे हैं. अपने इंदौर से इतना कुछ निकलता है. Really glad to be on this platform and सबसे बात करके काफी अच्छा लगा. Thank you so much.
Thanks Shashank, and I think thank you very much for getting yourself ready within a few hours notice.
नहीं.
Now Recruity, team Recruity, Hardik.
Sure sir, sure. So sir, as Shashank
before Hardik comes in, again a public acknowledgement. जो वीडियो आपने 2 मिनट का शुरू में देखा वो हार्दिक की टीम ने 2 दिन के अंदर बनाया. सो रियली बिग थैंक्स टू योर टीम हार्दिक.
थैंक यू.
Thank you for making us look good.
That was very well done, Hardik.
हार्दिक उसके ऊपर कमेंट तो सुन लो हमारी आपके वीडियो पे. एकदम खतरनाक और बेहतरीन.
इंदौरी स्टाइल में.
और आप में से कई लोग मेरे साथ में पिछले 2 महीने से और कई 5 साल से काम कर रहे हैं, तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि उसकी टीम को 2 दिन क्या गुजरना पड़ा होगा. Go ahead, Hardik, go ahead.
श्योर सर. सो सर, जैसा शशांक भाई ने बोला, काफी सारे इवेंट्स हमने अटेंड किए हैं, पहले भी किए हैं, बट आज बहुत अपनापन सा लगा. एमपी के लोग जो इतने अच्छे लेवल पे काम कर रहे हैं, देख के उनको, उनसे मिलके बहुत ही अच्छा लगा सर. बहुत मजा आया. और वी रियली होप दिस विल रियली हेल्प अस स्केल रिक्रूटी टू अ ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म. थैंक यू सो मच जितेंद्र सर, आशीष सर, जिन्होंने इतनी मेहनत करी हम लोग को यहाँ तक पहुंचाने में. थैंक यू सो मच सर.
All credit to you guys. We are just providing a
Thanks a
platform.
lot for providing this platform to have talked with all the dignitaries, of course. Thanks a lot for Ashish sir, of course, for working with us and preparing us for this event. Very well executed. Happy to have come in touch with each of you. We got to know what other good work is being done out of MP. So great innovation.
I would also like to thank you, Nikhil sir, also, so who has been our mentor and helping us in tough times. So thank you, Nikhil ji.
Thanks, Team Recruity. Shrestha, Mayur, Clothing Innovation.
Yeah, thank you, Friends of New York, for providing us such an amazing platform. I am looking forward to get connected with Austin sir and Shatrughan sir. And Jitendra sir, I expect a special treatment, Budra. And Ashish sir, thank you for tolerating me and my end moment request. It is an amazing experience which we had. And I hope a WhatsApp group is like a good way to get connected. And if we visit at your land, we would be having an opportunity to meet personally.
That's an excellent suggestion. Yeah.
Great. Before we, so there are a couple of people, other than, of course, moderators will talk in the end, but let me go to Akshay Chaturvedi, ICICI Bank. You want to say anything, Akshay? Short and brief.
Thanks, Jitendra, and thanks, friends of MP, New York, New Jersey, and each of the participants. As I think some of you have mentioned that it was really like being in home, and I have never enjoyed an investment program more than this, like Shark Tank, and they have gone down the rating like anything. So I think this is a great model, Jitendra, and I think you should put a patent to this model immediately. This model itself is a startup, and I think people from Consulate will be Mr. Mishra, if he's there, will definitely vouch for it. That if we can have this across the country in India, it will be a great model. And Jiten, you can actually start a business, and all friends of MP are the investors in that.
अक्षय, इसका हमारे पास पेटेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि इसको करने के लिए 15 पागल आदमी चाहिए और 15 पागल आदमी किसी और के पास नहीं होंगे जो कुछ नहीं होने के बावजूद भी 2.5 महीने तक लगे रहे. So that is what makes it happen. It's not a patent.
Bilkul. Congratulations.
Okay, so let's go to the startup lady Kritika, because she's from the startup world. Kritika, are you there?
I think she has left just now.
No, she's here. Kritika, go ahead.
You're mute on.
Just unmute yourself. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I wasn't being able to unmute myself.
No.
Well, it was wonderful being part of this session. Mr. Muchal reached out to us, I guess last week, and looked like a great initiative. So we were like, okay, we'll attend this and see where this goes. But this seems like an initiative where we would want to be in touch with you guys, even going ahead. I've dropped in my email in the chat box. If you need any assistance from Startup India, please feel free to reach out to me. And feedback's also awaited. If you think the government should be assisting you in any specific way, we'd be happy to help.
Would I ask Nikhil Sharma? Nikhil has been a great help. Some people ask me also. So Nikhil's background is he's from entrepreneurship. He's working here with his wife. But as I said, he's been involved with Recruity, Super Sourcing, and other companies, even Stage. So many of these companies he got us connected with. So Nikhil, go ahead.
Namaskar, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. It has been wonderfully conducted. More than 15 of my friends joined from the US itself, and all of them mentioned how beautifully this went. So, जैसे इंदौर में बोलते हैं, सबने कहा कि बेहतरीन भव्य, वो तो छोटे शब्द हो जाते हैं, मुझे लगता है ऐसा. But I think continuity from here is going to be key to what Saurabh said. So that we can stay connected, we can know what is going on, and हम लोग अपना contribution और मेंटोरशिप या जो भी हमें अपडेट्स मिले या हम उन्हें दे सकें, वो कंटिन्यूटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगी फ्रॉम हियर। बट पहली बार ऐसा इवेंट इतने उससे करना मैंने नहीं देखा पहले, so I have to give kudos to the team.
Thank you. Thank
if
you.
it is Friends of MP, it cannot be anything lesser. So, John, sir, you want to say anything? Concluding, sir?
It's a great event, and please keep it up. And any help from our side, definitely we are there to help, and also even connect with more people in future.
Okay, we have couple. Sumed is also here. Sumed, do you want to unmute yourself? I don't know if you're mute or unmute.
Yeah, I mean,
so Sumed has been the one who's posting the entire website thing for the last 2 months. So do you want to say anything, Sumed?
I mean, thanks for making me a part of this, and I really appreciate the energy that you get to see and the support from government. I mean, I think we got all the ingredients for success, so now it's on us to make it a big.
Great. So here's what we will do now. I would request all the non-FMP people, you can take off. Thank you very much, so that we can have our internal home debriefing of the 15 dirty dozen people.